Hello, and welcome to Hobby and Hang, our weekly hobby and hangout night. I am here in our studio. My name is Travis, and I'm joined by Mr.
Steven!
Virtual Steven tonight. We have a little bit of weather in the area tonight, so we're hanging out virtually.
Oh,
um,
yeah.
But yeah, so we're just gonna be hanging out here, chatting it up, talking about new things, while engaging in one of my favorite parts of the hobby, which is hobby part of the assembling, painting, doing whatever. Yeah. So tonight, what am I doing? You might
Uh-oh.
see over to my left, rotating giant box. Amazing. This is what I will be doing tonight. I'm going to work on assembling the monolith, a Necron Lord of War. I'm going to be having a good time. Yeah. If nobody in the chat right now. If there
No
was someone
worries.
in the chat, I would say something like, probably you, though.
It probably is. It's always me. I always. Well, tonight, while you're building that, I'm going to finish off my, witches for my Drakari. That's my plan tonight, hopefully. Get them done. Put a little work into them last night, and just going to keep grinding until we get them done. Let's see here.
And I'm very excited to start. Yes.
Yeah, it's a big project right there. Cool, cool.
Mr. Calvin is in chat. Hi, Calvin.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, but for some reason, S says that there's no 0 viewers. Whatever.
Yeah, can't trust it all the time. Can't trust it all the time.
A little snow isn't going to hurt you. Hey, my sister-in-law, my wife's sister, ended up in a ditch earlier tonight. So.
Ooh, she's winner,
Could hurt you. Monolith unboxing. Yeah. Well, welcome to an unboxing channel. I've opened the monolith. Boxing packaging is exactly the same W pack.
There you go.
We've got an assembly guide. And then we have a whole bunch of sprues. A lot of sprues. Like, this box is full of sprues.
Does that have like multiple weapon loadouts then and stuff?
It has 2 weapon loadouts.
Ah.
So you can either equip it with Doom cannons, death rays, 4 death rays, or you can equip it with 4. Gosh, you're gonna test me. I can't remember the name of them. They're like 30-inch layers. So they have Reapers, like strength 5. I think there's six shots each. Strength 5, AP -2 for.
Oh, nice.
So you can either equip it with the anti-tank loadout, your death rays,
sure,
with anti-infantry.
Yeah,
I will most likely magnetize it. Not that I feel like I will use the death rays, or I will not use the death rays. I will probably just use death rays all the time.
Oh, I got you.
Because there's very few good anti-tank weapons in the Necron loadout.
Oh, I got you. So.
Yeah, I think my voice is echoing through. Turn down your speakers or something.
I can sure try. I don't know how much control I have on that. We will find my button and we'll turn myself down.
Yeah, just turn down the audio on your speaker.
Sure. Won't be able to hear you, but
we have one Necron monolith through, and we have another Necron monolith. These are identical. Pretty neat. This one, like interior part. We have another one, so interior part. two identical sets of 2 crews.
Huh.
Uh,
That good or bad?
this is the Wraith. There's like a Wraith that's on the back of the monolith.
Okay.
Looks at crew for the Wraith that's like guarding the orb that's in the center of it.
Oh.
Tending to. This is the butt.
Inappropriate.
This is the teleport thing. So there's like arcs of lightning across, and then a Necron warrior stepping out because the monolith is you can teleport stuff to it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And here, the base, big as my face. It is big base.
I gotcha.
That's fun.
Hmm.
And in the bottom is Necron transfer sheet that no one uses. Garbage. Piece of garbage. Horrible transfer sheet. Nothing good on it.
Nothing. Okay.
That's my opinion. Correct opinion. I haven't met a Necron player yet that did not agree with me.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And I have not seen a Necron player yet that used the transfer sheet. Do anything. Any other stuff. Like we don't have hey Yoda, how's it going, man? We don't have any like dynasty specific iconography. Like
Okay.
Space Marines do, where you have like the Ultramarines have the we don't have that. That doesn't exist in the Necron. We have color scheme.
Huh.
That's it.
So they're just there for looks. Okay.
Calvin's still painting his sisters. As much done before Friday. Yep, because we are spoilers. Sisters are coming to the stream on Friday. I'm excited for it. Yeah. Battle for the Ages.
Seems so. Yeah, I know. I was talking to Kyle about his Grey Knights a little bit. I know he's got plans to bring them to tag along to this weekend, going into
Calvin,
Sisters.
you're playing against Grey Knights. If you didn't know, look, it's a monolith. I'm done.
You're done. It's a pile of plastic.
It's just a big bar. It's a big black monolith. Who knew it was as simple as that?
Well, there you go. When you're done, you're done. Let's see here. You're not done. All these metal bits.
That battle report for World Eaters today.
Yeah.
Warhammer Plus.
Oh. Guess I didn't watch that one.
Oh, you gotta watch it. I was talking about it a lot in the Discord.
They're probably the reason why we lost Armor Contempt.
Yeah, they're okay.
They're doing okay. I saw you talking about it a little bit. They look like they're built the way we expect them to be, right? Real aggressive.
They've got some stuff, which I'm happy for. Like they've got some tricks up their sleeve. They've got some things that they can do, which that was what I was concerned about with World Eaters. That it was like, okay, here's an army that's just really good at killing stuff. Let's give them abilities that make them even better at killing stuff, but not better at getting combat to kill the stuff, right? That was what I was concerned about.
Oh, sure.
But my concern seems to be somewhat unfounded. Because they've got some cool stuff.
Now, you were saying something about like they can resurrect Ingron back more than once. Is that right?
Yeah, so the World Eaters' special army-wide ability is Blood Tithe. So you get Blood Tithe points throughout the game, and you can spend those Blood Tithe points on mostly game-long buffs to your entire army, or there's a blood tithe that you can spend 6 blood tithe points to resurrect Angron.
Oh.
When you resurrect him, he goes into Deep Strike, and he has 8 wounds remaining. So
interesting.
It's not, you don't resurrect him just to be shot off the table again. You resurrect him to be able to come down and try to make a charge into something.
Yeah.
Which is pretty neat and good because and good because Angron, I think, of all of the Primarchs that are in the game, is probably the least durable of them. He has 18 wounds. He has he's T7, and he has no other defensive abilities other than a 2-up armor save and a 4-up invuln.
It's still a 4-up invuln with a 2-up armor save.
It's not terrible, but all the other Primarchs have that too. He has no way of giving himself like -1 to hit, -1 to wound. He doesn't have -1 damage. Like, he doesn't have any of that stuff. It's all just him, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, if he can come back, right? Potentially, then
that's the big thing. It's like six blood tithe points to do that.
Yeah, I guess it's a question of how quickly you can get the blood tithe.
Chat says, I need a good reason to not pick up a Necron army. Boy, you're talking to the wrong person.
That's for sure.
Basically everything but Silent King and Catan. Model for model trade for 3D printed historical stuff. So someone is offering you a trade for you to 3D print stuff for a full Necron army. Dude, take the deal. Yeah, I'm not going to talk you out of that. Do
it. He's like, yeah,
that's a great deal.
That's funny.
Not pick up. No, Necrons are great. I love playing Necrons. I think they're a really cool, thematic, and flexible army. Be great to do it. Yeah, you don't get the Silent King. You don't have any Catans. That's fine. You can absolutely play the game without Silent King and Catans.
Yeah, for sure. And those are always nice future upgrades.
Yeah.
So
sorry, you're not going to get any. I'm not going to talk you out of it. That's like a good deal.
That's funny.
If I didn't already have a Necron army, I'd be like, hey, who are you talking to? I'll do it.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, so you can spend 6 blood tithe points at the end of any battle round to resurrect Angron, put him in Deep Strike.
Wow.
Now 6, you're like, okay, how hard is it to get to 6 blood tithe points? Trivial. Not hard at all.
Huh.
It's silly how trivial 6 would be. Because I'll tell you, how do you get blood tithe points? You get them.
Kill things?
You get 1 blood tithe point anytime any unit dies.
Gotcha.
Any unit. Your unit, your opponent's unit, any unit, if it dies, blood tithe point. At the end of any phase, if a vehicle, character, or monster unit dies, you get another blood tithe point at the end of any phase. And then if a Titanic model dies, you get another blood tithe point. So Angron himself, when he dies, generates 2 blood tithe points.
Oh boy.
Which means all you need is to have somehow gotten 4 blood tithe points before that in order to resurrect him. Like he generates himself a third of the blood tithe points required to resurrect him when he dies.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I like that he goes into Deep Strike because, they potentially means he's less effective too, just because, he's getting pulled off the table and put in Deep Strike. So if it's,
down, he has to make a charge into something or whatever, right? However, that's what one of the other things that you can spend blood tithe points on is, I don't remember if it was 3 or 4 blood tithe points you have to spend, but it gives your entire army +1 to charge.
That's good
for the rest of the game.
Oh, it's just a 1 and it's lasts the whole game.
All of the blood tithe abilities that we have seen so far are you pay for it once, it affects your
Mhm.
entire army, and it lasts until the end of the game.
Crazy.
One
That's
of
pretty
them
good.
is +1 to charge. One of them
Hmm.
is +1 AP in melee. One of them is exploding sixes in melee.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think if there was another one that we saw. I think that may have been it.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Friend that's getting out of 40k and into bolt. Going the wrong way.
That's for sure. Bolt action. Well, maybe in his area, bolt action's a thing, but
Don't get out of 40k and into bolt action. Out of bolt action.
there you go. That's how we do it.
Yeah, it sounds really strong, right, Yoda Tech? Like it's not, and it's not hard. Like it's like, and on top of that, the one of the faction secondaries, or World Eaters is spend blood tithe points at the end of the battle round and get victory points.
Oh, geez. So you can just put on a couple more points just at the end, huh?
Yeah. If you spend
How many?
I think if you spend 1 blood tithe, you get 1 point. If you spend 2 blood tithe points, you get
Oh, so it's worth saving them.
3 points or something. And then if you spend 3, you get, or I don't know. I think you can do it at the end of the turn. I'm trying to remember exactly how it was.
Sure.
I can pull it up. I'm on the World Eaters Discord.
Let's see here.
Okay,
It's
so
gonna
you
be
can
weird.
spend.
Yep.
You can at the end of each battle round.
Okay.
Before purchasing any other stuff, you can discard 1, 2, or 3 blood tithe points, and you get 2 victory points for each blood tithe point you discard, to a maximum of 5 per turn.
Yeah, that's really good.
So if you discard 3 blood tithe points, you get 5 points.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Who cares about Engron? It's going to be about, if you're trying to actually win the game, that's where you're going to be winning the game. Is that part of a secondary, or is that just an additional thing?
That's their secondary. That's
okay. I'll just say that. Yeah, I mean that's really good. So as long as you're killing or dying, you're scoring points. I mean that's exactly what you want.
As long as the game is being played, basically.
Yeah.
If my stuff dies, I get points. If your stuff dies, I get points. It doesn't matter.
Yep, that's rough. They're gonna be a point farm and killing machine.
Yeah, they seem good. We will see how competitive they will be. I feel like Angron, there isn't anything about Angron that like screams competitive to me. Like he's good, but he's not like an army with a decent amount of shooting is just going to keep him dead, basically.
Yeah. But he's still. I mean, how fast does he move? Do we know that yet?
He moves 16 inches.
Yeah, he's devastating. You definitely, you're just gonna be like, well, what? You're just not gonna move up on that side of the board. You're gonna let him move first.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think the play is you run Angron at your opponent all game, and you just you force your opponent to deal with him, and not deal with other aspects of it.
Oh yeah.
Like Angron gets in your face and tries to kill like 2 things in like 1 turn. And then you have to deal with a super crazy angry bloodthirster in your face on turn 1. And then the rest of your army is moved up and is like ready to charge next turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, so then they kill Angron. You're like, okay, cool, that's fine. He himself has gained me like 5 blood tithe points already, so whatever. I'll bring him back.
Yeah. yeah, potentially you're bringing him back turn 3, and causing some more mayhem.
Yeah.
But that's pretty good. Yeah, it sounds like it's not the first time you have to deal with it. It'll be annoying, but once you get used to seeing him on the table, it won't be such a big deal. I feel like, but
Yeah, and there isn't really too much that I think he's bringing to the army that is like, oh, he's an auto take. Like I think he's thematic and cool, and I don't think you're necessarily hurting yourself by bringing him. He just isn't. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's a lot like his Demon Primarch brothers, like Mortarion and Magnus, where you're like, you know what? Yeah, these guys are good. Could you bring them competitively? Sure. Yeah, you could. Is he the most efficient thing? Is he like gonna be your top tier table thing? Probably, but maybe. Interesting to see.
Yeah. We will see. I mean, the fact that they're already showing the box for the patrol box for them and everything, they're probably a month out at the most.
Yeah, well, and showing a battle report with all the rules in it.
Yeah, exactly. They're definitely wanting people to be excited. Got my little squad leaders with their little thing on the back, so they can be distinguished from everyone else. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot about this one. I gotta get in there and do a little light brushing. Being that this Drukhari is a rescued army from eBay, I've been slowly but surely, popping arms off from some models and bringing arms on from others just to get them at least the way I want them. So let's see here.
Rick Anderson asked what was for dinner tonight. I had fish sticks.
I had Popeyes. Good old Popeyes. Let's see here. And then, of course, my daughters ate all the biscuits up like in 2 seconds.
Yoda Tech, you're asking if the book already came out. If you're asking about the World Eaters book, it did not already come out.
Oh, no, not yet. It's close, though. For sure. Won't be long. Let's see.
Yeah, I jumped on the World Eaters Discord today to hear what they were talking about. It was interesting.
Oh, I bet. I'm sure they were gabbing.
The other thing that I was talking about, it seems like it's just Berserkers, but Berserkers have an ability that when they get shot at, if one of the models in that unit died from being shot at, they get to move D6 inches toward the closest enemy unit.
That makes sense.
Yep. So it just like shoot at them. If you don't kill the whole unit, they're coming closer.
Yeah, that'll be good for the player.
It's every time they are shot at. So it's not
every time.
Yeah, every time. So if you shoot at them with one unit and you plink off 1 or 2 berserkers and then you shoot and they're going to move D6 inches. And then if you shoot at them again with another unit and plink off another 1 or 2, they're going to move another D6 inches. And they can move into engagement range so long as they move into engagement range with the closest enemy
unit. Okay. So it's almost like eventually it becomes a heroic intervention or something.
Well, they can do that too, but yeah, it's like it's also like if I charge into you and I don't kill your unit, which is probably unlikely because they're just gonna murder anything that they touch, profiles and
yeah.
But if I charge and you don't kill you, and then on your turn you fall back, right?
Yeah.
And then you shoot into them and you kill 1 or 2, they're gonna move D6 inches and potentially get back into engagement range with you can't shoot them.
Yeah, you'll have to be cognizant. I mean, Harlequins obviously won't care about that because they can bounce out far enough. But yeah, no, it's a good thing to be aware of, though. I did not just do that. Should have.
They don't have to, which is also a good thing. They can.
Oh, sure.
They can choose not to move D6 inches. However, if you say yes, I'm going to move D6 inches closer to you, You roll that d6 and you have to move that amount. You can't move less.
Oh, you can't move less.
Nope, it's an all or nothing thing, right? So in
I
the
like
battle
that.
report, at one point the Khorne player moved. He moved Berserkers up to engage a. It was against Grey Knight, so to engage a Dread Knight.
Yeah.
And he moved them up. They were within. I think he moved them up to like within 5 inches of the Dread Knight, right?
Okay.
And said, "Okay, I'm gonna charge the Dread Knight." So then the Dread Knight fires Overwatch, and kills like a couple Berserkers.
Mm-hmm.
So then
they move before they advance, or before they charge.
They move before they charge.
Oh boy!
So then
now that's if you got that right.
He rolls a 6, which gets him, which he has to move the full distance, right?
Yeah.
So he ends up in engagement range, and so now he can't charge.
So yeah, but then
it's actually a bad thing.
Yeah.
At that point, because you're you don't get the charge off, and so you're not fighting first.
Oh yeah.
Your turn.
Oh no, for sure. They definitely wanted to showcase that clearly.
Yeah. That was really what it was. Is they were just showcasing it, because the fact is you don't have to make that move. So that's what he should have done in that instance, because it was a 5-inch charge and he was getting +1 to charge, so it was a 4-inch charge. Like,
well, I mean, there's risk there too, right? Because you could potentially roll just a 1 or 2 and get you a little closer. I mean, it's not likely you're going to roll 6, but
it's unlikely, and it's far worse for you to not be able to fight first.
Yeah, but no, I agree with that. I mean, personally, I'd be like, okay, but yeah, I mean, if it was like you got a 9-inch charge, yeah, you're definitely grateful for the Overwatch, because you're definitely getting closer now.
Exactly, and that's going to be a big that's going to be a big kind of gotcha thing for leaders, for sure. Is like, hey, I bring this unit out of Deep Strike or out of Strategic Reserve or whatever, right? 9 inches away from your enemy or from your unit. I'm going to charge you. And you're like, okay, cool, I'll spend 1 CP for Overwatch. Say you pick up 1 or 2 Berserkers. They're now going to move D6 inches closer to you and then charge. Right?
Yep, that's huge.
It's going to make their charge way easier than a 9-inch charge, right? Maybe 8 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to contemplate your Overwatch a little more. I mean, I've learned to just, unless the unit's got a lot of shooting, I don't fire Overwatch anyways. But for certain armies, I'm sure that's a different story.
Yeah, I mean, if you think that in Overwatch, like, especially if like you're in a defensible position, right? Like
oh sure, yeah,
something where you can hit on 5, or say you have a full hit reroll aura. Like
sure.
Then oftentimes Overwatch can be worth it if you think that you can pick up 1 or 2, even if you can pick up 1 or 2 models out of the unit. You're like,
yeah,
okay, I either spend the CP in Overwatch and weaken this unit a little bit, or I just take the charge to the face and lose all my units and don't hurt them at all.
Yeah, true. Sometimes that CP is worth keeping.
It's true. I feel like we're all going to have more CP in Arcs of Omen than we were, though.
Well, to give you an idea, like I transferred my my current Harlequins list over to Arcs of Omen just to check it out, and I'm sitting at like 4 CP. It's like, whoa, they I gained like a considerable amount, so it was real nice not to have to pay the tax from the other attachment. So.
Yeah, right. It's
So I agree with that. There's definitely a lot of interesting plays, and it's gonna open up some real unusual. I mean, you could have played these kind of these army lists before, but they were more heavily taxed, But now, yeah, there's gonna be stuff that you can play where you're gonna have plenty of CP afterwards too. So it's gonna open up some interesting lists we're gonna see coming up in the real near future.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be fun, but it'll be a thing. Let's see. There's a good game. Oh goodness. Let's see what's going on with this thing. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. It just looks like the stream froze on my screen, but maybe it's just my computer's acting wonky.
Everything looks good from my end.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Just when you got the wife watching her movie, the kids streaming something, everything gets a little bogged down. Let's see here. So let's see. These guys are coming along at a fairly good pace. It's weird for these witches, not wanting to wear armor. They wear it just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Nothing like a good shoulder pad and an arm.
Nice.
See.
What do you guys think of the new lighting? I'm not ascending anymore, right? Like,
Oh, well, that's disappointing. We're all waiting for you to transition over.
I was very
to
bright
Godhead.
last week. I was like, I need to work on the lighting a little.
You were truly giving off that nebulous effect.
Felt like
I'm heavenly.
I felt like I was in Stargate and like ascending or going Super Saiyan or something.
I got you. Yeah, there you go.
It was very luminescent.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting to see.
Yeah, I got up enough lights down here that I don't. All the overhead lights are off right now.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Just the lighting.
Oh, good deal. Making those small improvements always.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, hopefully I didn't do too bad in that interview talking about the stream and stuff. I didn't end
up being able to watch all of it, but I watched like the first half. It was an hour-long interview, wasn't it?
It really was. He's a real good guy. He said before we interviewed, he says he's bad about prepping and kind of being organized for it. So we kind of meandered a little bit off topic and back on topic, but he was a real nice guy, and it was fun just talking about 40K and because we kind of went from competition level stuff, talking from there to talking about the stream and then talking about what it takes to have the stream, a sense of armies and things like that. So we definitely meandered around, talked about you guys a little bit and your roles and all that. So he wants to meet again in the summertime to see how things are going with the stream and all that, and kind of do a follow-up interview with about competition scene and stuff. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Definitely have more to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
As it pertains to that.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, who knows, right? Because we might be talking about 10th edition at that point. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, the rumors are going every which way that some people saying 10th edition, we won't see it until next year. Some people are thinking that, of course, that we'll see it sooner than that. It's just, who knows?
Only James Workshop knows.
Yeah, and he ain't telling us right now.
Also debatable as to whether.
That's true. He just does whatever they tell him. Once they materialize him from the ether.
Yeah.
I always like that. He's like, huh? He's like, what's happening?
I'm back.
He's like, I'm back and I made someone mad. Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure when I get down to, because I talked to my wife a little bit. We're gonna try to make a quick jot down to Nottingham to the headquarters.
Yeah, to
war. Yeah, get the famous picture in front of the tank and stuff.
And you're in England. You got to make the pilgrimage to Mecca, right?
Yeah, I mean we're gonna be in Manchester. It's only 2 hours away, so we're gonna make an effort, and then maybe we'll get some pictures of Robin Hood while we're there. I don't know. That just seems like a thing to do too.
My buddy Alex, who's British, is from Nottingham.
Oh, nice. He's like, oh God, not that place. Like everyone talks about places they're from. Let's see. Today on Hobby and Chat, we talk politics. You ready? Let's 3, 2, 1, go.
I'll end the stream.
He's like, that's it. We're not doing it.
Button.
It's too funny. He's like, what if we're super famous suddenly? We're 40K and politics.
Do you think the lion will return at the end of 9?
That's super political. Turn the stream on.
I don't think so.
I think you know what I think's gonna happen is I think that we're gonna see the lion. I think there'll be a box set that it's gonna be something with a lion and Fulgrim. That's what I'm hoping for 10th edition. That's what I vote for. Get those two to say hi to each other for such a long time. That'd be pretty rich. Because we definitely need another Primarch to come back that's not influenced by chaos. So that'd be a nice change of pace.
You think the lion's not influenced?
Well, we'll see. Well, I mean, being altered by chaos and versus being loyal, that's the probably a little different. Let's see here. If chaos gets it, Primarch priorities too. Yeah, well, we shall see, right? Because we got Rogel Dorn still out there, right? We still got potential.
Yeah, I could see them do a release in 10th. If they keep with the codex system, I think they probably will. I don't think they're gonna ditch the codex system.
No.
But if they keep with the codex system, I think maybe when we see Dark Angels get their 10th edition, maybe yeah. Maybe we'll get the lion.
I mean, they keep there's definitely the rumor mill keeps going on about it, so it must be a thing, I guess, at some point.
I mean, I think he's probably the more realistic of Primarchs to come back.
Gotcha.
I feel like any of the other ones would be like kind of out of left field for them to come back.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with Fulgrim is, like, with him at least, he's so just tied up in murder, death, kill,
Well, really, any of the, like, Fulgrim could come back. I'd be fine. I'm thinking more like loyalist Primarchs. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, Fulgrim's a demon Primarch, so it's like it's warp stuff. They can just be like, oh yeah, warp crazy energy, he's back,
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, that's a good point. But yeah, for loyalists, I mean, we're missing what? Rogel Dorn, we're missing the lion, and then we're missing what's his name, the Khan guy, right?
White Scar. Yeah. Well, and there's Leman Russ.
I forgot about Leman.
And there's Vulcan.
Because we don't know for sure if Leman Russ is dead, right? Because the ship blew up or whatever, and we don't know.
I think he's like just in the warp fighting demons right now.
Oh, he's the one they talked about, like, being converted back to a demon, but he's not evil.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little fuzzy on the, I guess, pun intended, Leman Russ.
There you go.
But he's not dead. Vulcan is an eternal, so even if he died, he gets to come back. So.
Oh yeah, he just wandered off, didn't he?
Yeah, Vulcan.
Somebody wandered off. That's true.
I would love to see Vulcan come back. I think salamanders need a little bit of love.
Yeah.
They're not. I think they're a cool faction, cool sub faction of Space Marines.
Yeah, they seem to care.
And yeah, I think having Vulcan back would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. I think there's a lot of loyal Salamanders players that would love to have him back for sure. That would be interesting. At this point, it's just I'm wondering if we're going to see the Emperor's Children get their own codex next year or next, for 10th. If that's the case, I wonder they'll probably hold them off until late.
Yeah, I think Emperor's Children will get their own codex in 10th. I think Fulgrim will be.
I think you're right. If we're going to get our codex, that's when Fulgrim shows up and be like, "I'm here, bitches." And that would be epic. He would be, because with that, I mean, they'd be releasing a plastic model of the, Noise Marines. We would definitely be seeing a lot of cool releases, I think.
Yeah, there's a good amount of stuff that they could revamp.
Yeah, I mean, Emperor's Children stuff is so out of date, and it just, yeah. The closest thing you got is the Forge World Noise Marines, but they're expensive. 5 of them for $73. I mean, it's like, woo. And then of course you got the resin kit you can get, which is ugly as all dirt.
Yeah.
So yeah, they definitely need some love, and so I would love to see that myself. Let's see here.
Really happy to see World Eaters revamped stuff. Berserkers look.
Yeah, they do look good.
They look so much better than. I'll say it. They look so much better than their old counterparts. They look so much better.
That's funny. You're like that. I'm not afraid to say it.
Nope.
I don't disagree with you. Even though they had a funny look to them.
Yeah, the little.
We won't be seeing them being sold.
Wally the World Eater.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. It will be sad when they're not being sold. $40 for 12 of them, though. That part. It'll probably be. I wouldn't be surprised it's 5 models for $60.
Well, you get 20 of them in the combat patrol.
Yeah, and you're gonna want 2 boxes of that.
Yeah.
Just because they said that you can run that freaking HQ on the beast, you can run more than one of them. That to me tells you that you need to be picking up at least 3 of those boxes. Give me 3 of them. Good. Oof. You'll be a World Eaters fan for sure. And good to go. Oh, I gotta fix that. That was a mistake.
Berserkers are just really good. Like it's crazy. I think what I saw was their like base stat line is like 5 attacks on the regular one, 6 attacks on the sergeant.
Yeah, they're good.
The World Eaters like rate is +1 strength, +1 attack on the chart.
Yeah, that's good.
So every berserker is getting 6 attacks each, and then 7 attacks on the sergeant.
Huh.
And they're gonna be like strength like 5 or 6, and like AP 2 for 1 damage, and then
just 1.
You can buff that AP by 1 with
there you go.
with Blood Tithe.
Yeah. So they'll be popping a lot of 1 damage.
They have a 1 CP strat to fight on death.
Huh.
So even if I charge in and you interrupt, I can just spend a CP and fight on death.
I mean, that sounds good to me.
And then they have another 1 CP strat that is going to be a spam button constantly all the time, which is 6s to wound in melee are immortal in addition up to 6.
Oh god, that's not good. Because with how many attacks they have, that's gonna be
it's just gonna be 6 mortals like almost every time.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be brutal. It'll put a lot of things in the grave real fast. I wonder if they'll cap it first.
I agree. I think of all the loyalist Primarchs, Lion is probably likely for them to bring back.
Well, I mean, who do you think is leaking all the rumors that he's coming back? All right. Oh yeah, for sure. I think that with that World Eaters doing 6 mortal wounds, I bet they'll cap that to once per turn.
Well, I mean, it is. It's
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's in the fight. It's in the fight phase.
yeah. Good point. Never mind.
Yeah, or it's on the charge.
Well, what I
Is what it
mean
is.
is only 6 per turn. Like, so if you have like 3 units charging, only, well, never mind. I take it back.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
yeah,
only one unit.
it's only one unit. I keep forgetting because you spend the CP, you activate it, and
Yeah,
you can't do it
you
again
spend a
until
CP, you
next.
activate it when you charge,
Yeah, never
or
mind.
when you fight. I guess. So you could do it. You could do it during your opponent's turn, maybe.
Yeah, I guess it's more of a concern about it being, but I guess if it's capped at 6, then it'll be fine. It's still brutal,
Which it
and
is.
you just kind of
It's
go from
capped to
there.
6.
Yeah.
But
Let's see.
yeah,
We got all that done.
it's still really good.
Yeah, it's still going to be really good. So that is for sure. All these witches with their red hair, and then they put like little spikes in their hair, so you have to paint all that. Okay, that is about where that should be.
Watch
There's a grenade.
they like pull a fast one, and the lion gets revived, but he's a Primarch. Then suddenly Dark Angels are a Chaos Army.
I can't imagine seeing that kind of progress in the story though. Of any, I feel like we'll never see any real, um, you know, story growth. Like we're not going to see who's ever really winning. I guess that makes sense. But it's all good. Let's see. So, oh, they got a little something in their hair. Almost forgot. It's like here you go. The cleanup's going to be real on these. Well, I put a little green. Ooh, gotta line them up right. See if you can see him. This guy's a little green mask going. Let's see here. They're definitely my Kari witches are at their ugly phase for sure right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Boom, boom. How's your building going?
With 4.
The core. Sounds like we're talking about a movie. Let's see here.
Assemble. Faith.
Did you go to private school when you were growing up, or did you go to public?
No, I was public school.
Okay. Gotcha.
I went to a private school for like preschool,
Oh, I got you.
and then I went to public school. Rest of my life.
Because yeah, you were just as soon as you were done with that, you died. It's over. This is just a ghost of you now. Let's see here.
Well, I guess I went to a private college.
Wow. Oh, sure. I mean, I went to private college too, but for nursing school at least. Nothing like good old Grandview. Let's see here. Okay.
Hello, Hamukatan.
Rip yard, but he lives on as a special order. That's right. Get your troll order in now. Yeah, that was hilarious though. When I saw the little advertisement, he lives. I was like, what? And then it's like, for a special order.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. They definitely were like, we know what we're doing here. I wonder when we're gonna see Mr. Workshop next. Like it's I feel like it's been a while already. I enjoy the shenanigans he brings.
Yeah. Realize why that properly, because it wasn't the right piece.
Ah. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that looks like the right piece. It's not the right one. There's another one that looks slightly
Yeah, that's a newer one though, so it should have the correct numbers, right? You're just not looking at the numbers.
Oh, don't assume that the newer things have correct numbers.
Uh, I haven't had a problem with the numbers being wrong, but I have. I was building an older model for my elves, and none of it was numbered, so you were just definitely looking for what looked correct. So, nah, I have enough paintings and stuff. Marine still new stuff. Wall Lich Guard would be nice, but yeah. Lich Guard. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Like for me, I don't know if there's anything I really want. I know there's some stuff I can do to finish off my collection, but a lot of that stuff is just more of a want. Even all of this is a want, really. But, I don't think try to keep models off the purchase for a while. Really saying, okay. That sounds right. Dude, I'm hoping that
sucked into World Eaters and come out though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. I don't even complain. But for me, I'm more excited because when I'm in England, I want to see these English GW prices. You know what I mean? Check the conversion and see if it's really worth picking up any Forge World while I'm there. Whatever.
Well, the English pound to American dollar conversion rate is going to be pretty kind to you.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at it too, because I know right now it's favorable for the first time in a long time. We'll see. Hopefully, when I get there, it's still a thing. Can't wait to try so much boiled food. I'm super excited.
Boil. Yum.
Well, I mean, it's the country of my family's origin, so at least I get to say I'm going back to the motherland. So there's that bonus. Let's see here. Let's see. Where's your origins, my friend?
Irish, Scottish, German.
Ah, classic combination.
My mother's side of the family is Kenny, Irish. My dad's side of the family is Stewart, which is Scottish. My paternal grandmother is Schrader, which is.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And my maternal grandmother is Bailey, also Irish. So it's like Irish, Scottish, German.
Yeah. Brown bread. But yeah, I hear that. My family is primarily English with some Scottish, and then like 2 generations ago, my mom's side of the family had the last name Schragi for German. So a little bit of German in there. I think German is not unheard of there. Everyone's got a little bit of that, a little bit of Scottish, a little bit of Irish, right?
Yeah.
It seems common.
My German ancestor was the first person to come over to America.
Yeah.
He had a wife in Germany, and he had like 5 kids with her.
Oh, nice.
He died or left her or something.
Sure.
And then he remarried and had 5 more kids.
Ooh, busy.
And then he left Germany and came to America. Left all of his kids in Germany. Came to America and remarried. Had 5 more kids. But he named them all the same. Like he had 3 sets of 5 kids, and named all 5 of them the same names.
Oh, hey, there you go.
So there was like a Lisa and other German male name. But like he had like 3 sets of the same named children. And at one point, all of his children in Germany left Germany. They came to America, and they came to the place where they knew their father was, and they found him and his new family of 5 kids, all the same.
That's so funny.
So at some point, there were 3 sets of my ancestors all.
That man's a
Bye,
troublemaker.
Sean. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Hey, see you. Thanks for coming. Oh boy, man, these witches are definitely the old models. You can tell, like some of the sprues are gotten a little weird, and they got like flat spots. Let's see here. Another witch. Everyone is getting a nice, lovely lead belcher on their stuff. Those are all good there. That's there.
You just gave us your mother's maiden name. We just need your social security number.
I know. Yeah. Well, we should just, might as well get there and just give it up now. Let's see here. We'll find out if your account gets hacked next week.
Oh, the first time.
It's probably just Calvin doing it anyway. I'll show you. I'm going to hack your stuff, teach you a lesson. Let's see. Man, I was playing a little Destiny 2 these last couple of days.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I hadn't played it since I don't know when it first came out, really. So I was getting back into it just because, I got the PlayStation 5 now. I was like, might as well mess around there, man. It's like a whole new game. I started all over again because I was like, I haven't played this so long. Let's start over, do the story mode. Nope, not available. It's like that game doesn't exist no more.
Huh.
It's weird. It's like free to play, they say, but then the reality is if you want to do any of the content, it's like season pass, this, and this is hidden behind this, so it's the game I paid for now is the only way you're really going to get access is now spending more money, which I guess it's not a big deal.
I have a couple friends.
Oh, nice. I used to play Destiny 1 like crazy, so I do miss it from time to time. Good game.
Not my thing.
Yeah. You play weird stuff, right? I don't remember what you play.
I play Warhammer 40,000. That's what I play right now.
Well, yeah. Well, I've got more free time than you, so usually. Let's see here. Sometimes I just can't convince myself to paint, so then I decide to do something else.
Take a break every so often.
Yeah, well, when you're painting almost every day, it definitely is a job now, which I still enjoy doing, but yeah, only because I spread it out and take detours. I've got to think about what I'm going to bring to this Friday night at JCD and Hobby. That is going to be. I might pick up my Imperial Knights for that, just to guarantee short game no matter what.
If any of you fine folks in chat are, want to come out 40K, out to JCD and Hobby on Friday night.
Oh yeah.
Hey night. Exciting.
Oh yeah, and I'm going to be there. Woohoo!
If you're not there, tune into our stream.
Or do both. Do both. Play your game of 40K and have us on at the same time.
Yeah.
That's
what
I'm doing. Yeah, there's definitely no reason to separate them. Oh man, let's see here. How is Calvin doing, anyways? I see he's quite busy. Your mic is quiet. It sounds like you're underwater. Travis, your mic is quiet. I don't know. You don't sound quiet to me, but maybe it's just it is. I don't know.
Well,
He will.
yeah, I don't have any control over Steven. I
With
have control
me,
over myself, I suppose, so I can turn myself up. Whatever's coming through Steven's thing is coming through Steven's thing.
Yeah, the only sad thing is if I turn you down, I can't even hear you anymore, so I can't fix.
Do you have headphones?
I guess I could find some headphones. I didn't think about it because we didn't have this problem last time we were streaming, so I didn't worry about it.
We weren't streaming from different locations.
Yeah, for sure. I do have a solution. Well, it's not a mic; it's just going to be speakers. But I can put on my wireless earbuds.
That'll work.
And then that way, I'll just have to activate the Bluetooth, that kind of stuff. Bluetooth, come back here. Boom. Yeah, give me a moment as I fix the problems.
Yeah, I mean, I can turn my mic up, but it's gonna be it would make the echo through his stuff worse. So.
Yeah, no worries. I'll fix the echo here momentarily, and then I can turn the volume up on my end at least, and it won't matter. Walkers. These are my game ears. I use them for when I'm hunting. Let's see. Let's see if we can scan for Bluetooth speakers. There they are. Okay, how about you say something now?
Hello, my name is Travis. I like to.
That didn't work at all. I can still hear you through here, even though it said it's pairing. What a cruel mistress.
Well, you have to change your output. You might have to do it in Skype. Change your output device in Skype to the Bluetooth device.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point. Audio and settings. Let's go there. Want that Bluetooth headset. Shows. Let's see if I rotate. It'll make everyone dizzy. It's weird. It only shows one thing, but not the whole.
And mic distance shouldn't be a thing. The microphone is right here, so it's right in front of me. But Steven froze. Can you guys hear me okay now? Hi, Yoda Attack. Good seeing you, bud. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay, well, I can hear you in my ears now.
Well, that's good.
And you can hear me, so we're back.
And the video got screwed up because you're in the Skype twice now.
Oh, that's super awesome. Well, kick me out once.
Well, I can't fix it from the location that I'm at.
Oh, I gotcha. What I love it is multiple of me's.
Yep.
Just the way it was meant to be. I love it. They're like, what is this guy doing? Well, at least for future reference, we know to do whatever. Let's see here. I wonder, this Skype thing is driving me crazy.
For future reference, we know to do whatever. That's right.
That's right. That's how we do it. Well, I mean, I can just put my wireless on and then we're good, but oh, this Skype is weird.
Your audio quality degraded a little bit. I think your microphone is now going through your earbuds as well. I can hear you though, so I don't know. You don't have to mess with it too much. Boop, boop. Monolith, monolith likes to do monolith things. You guys like my song? Good song. Little finicky pincher thing on the wraith. A little annoying. Yeah, I don't, he's working on stuff. Yeah, I have no control over whether or not he freezes or comes back or whatever. So
Well, I hope that works now, but I don't know.
I can hear you.
I'm just gonna stop touching it because it's just being annoying.
It's not worth messing with right now. It's fine.
Oh, I know. It's just why won't you work? But we'll just keep painting stuff and go from there. Well, I hope that works now, but I don't know.
I can hear you.
I'm just gonna stop. Well, good because I can hear you as well. Being annoying. It's not worth messing with right now.
Well, now I can hear myself twice.
Oh, I know. Well, I'll turn off the audio. I was making sure that it was coming.
Oh, you had the stream on.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Little double time.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Keep painting all these Drakari blades. That's what we're doing here. Drakari shoulder pads, arms. That's like a gladiator for the truest sense. Oh, the truest sense. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm excited. We keep on growing. It's nice to see people continuing to sub.
Yeah, we were at
so we appreciate that.
We were at 206 subs at the beginning of the stream, I think.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see people like appreciating what we're doing and supporting us.
Yeah. Had a couple more people join the Discord this week, which was fun. Always like seeing more virtual faces in there.
Yeah. Well, it's just I'm gonna hit it and it's gonna go crazy.
Stop poking at it.
Well, it keeps going to sleep mode, but I guess that's just what it's gonna do. I'll just leave it alone. At least you can hear me. Let's see here. Yeah, I went out for a quick little drive to pick up Popeyes for the family, and I was like, yeah, this doesn't seem fun right now. Let's not do the stream in person today.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's like, didn't feel like being in a ditch. I've been able to avoid that so far living in Iowa. Try to keep doing that. Let's see. My wife's managed it though.
No comment.
Yeah, well, she had my truck, so she was lucky.
Yeah.
It was funny. She called me. She's like, "I'm in a ditch and I need you." I'm like, "Did you try 4-wheel drive?" "No." "Try it." And she's like, "Okay, I'm fine. I'll be home in 10." I was like, "Oh, wonderful. Good deal." She's just so used to not having it. She didn't think about it. Let's see.
Isn't your other vehicle a Subaru?
Yeah, but that was before that we were driving the Volkswagen Beetles. What we had.
Oh yeah, that's a terrible winter car. Oh my word.
Oh, exactly. Well, we
So Steven's device keeps going to sleep. Is what's happening. So he'll be back in a minute. What does the wife think of me buying a sixth army? We haven't really talked about it, but it's going to be entirely financed uh, by me selling STLs online. Because apparently a lot of people um, got new 3D printers over the winter and decided they wanted to buy Genestealer Colt pieces. So I actually have a good amount of money coming in from that, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
let's see now. Okay, I think I've gotten every bit of silver a man can paint on a model.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I found my favorite lead belcher, which is it's still lead belcher, but it's the airbrush version of it. I'm a huge fan of it, and it comes in a giant bottle, and it's already thinned. So, I mean, that's been my biggest thing is I've switched a lot of my stuff over to the airbrush Citadel paints, and I mean they're 2.5 times the volume, about the same price. I'm a fan. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a large bottle by GW standards, at least.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but they're close to what? I still think they're probably still a higher volume than even the Monument paints, just because they don't have the little top. But who knows?
Yeah, I still say you got to try the Vallejo metallic air.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's a good point. I probably should. That's a big bottle, though.
It is. It's a very big bottle.
That's a complaint.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, right now it's like freaking. I don't know. You know that. What's his name? The guy who does Too Thin Coats, and he has it's his paint line. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I his name suddenly.
Yep.
Well, he's doing a second round of the Too Thin Coats line for Kickstarter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then he said, if you come in and support the second round of it, if you missed out on the first round, which is he's basically adding to the line. So if you miss colors, if you missed the first release, you're able to reorder that and then order this new line as well. So it's kind of cool.
Duncan.
It's tempting.
Duncan, that's right. Thanks, Calvin.
Yeah, Duncan. That's his name.
My brain was like Dustin. I'm like, it's not Dustin. I know it's not Dustin, but for some reason my brain kept thinking Dustin.
Yeah, that's it was like Origin. Well, there's a new story for the Angels of Death Origin stuff, so I gotta watch that. I see. Here's that battle report you were talking about. Nice.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on that Angels of Death stuff. I gotta just sit down and binge it someday.
Oh, it's just so good. But when I was done watching it, I was like, "Don't buy Blood Angels. Don't buy Blood Angels." I mean, it just makes you want to be a Blood Angels player. By the time you're done watching it, you're like, "Oh man, I love it."
It means their marketing is working.
Exactly. Well, it almost worked. I still don't have them. You know.
Just gonna do the Blood Angels
But-
of Chaos, which is the World Eaters.
There you go.
Somebody in the World Eaters Discord was talking about it. They're like, okay, so hear me out. 3 drop pods full of berserkers.
Oh god.
Turn 1, you drop 3 drop pods in your opponent's face, and you charge with berserkers.
It'll definitely keep them distracted. It might actually get Engron up there safely when you have 3 drop pods drop down and then Engron charging up from behind him.
Well, and
it could be
the Chaos drop pod is actually like it's like a melee machine as well.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So it's like it actually fits with World Eaters pretty well too. So it's like if you do like 5-man MSU berserkers, it's like 9.
Okay.
It's like 9 charges on turn 1.
Oh Jesus!
Because you can fit two 5-man berserker squads inside a drop pod, and so you drop the drop pods down, take them out, and then it's 6 berserker charges and then 3 of the drop pods.
Yeah, and they can do that at turn 1.
Yeah, because they're drop pods. Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, I don't play with drop pods, so I'm not 100% familiar with them.
Yeah, it's the same as like the Falcons from the Eldari, right?
Okay. So it's that because they're drop pods. I know people call them drop pods as well. So yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense. Shooty drop pods, but drop pods all the same.
I'm just like, yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely a way to have the game decided on turn 1.
It could, yeah. I mean, if they make those charges,
you either make all your charges or you don't, and then the game's over.
Yeah, potentially it's just done. Yeah, I mean that sounds like a World Eaters thing. I was talking to the guy who plays World Eaters for, Horus Heresy, and he told me that all it is you move your models up. Can you charge? No. Okay, next turn. Just keep trying to charge. So yeah,
that's one of the things that I don't know. The battle reports from Warhammer Plus are fun. Like they're thematic. It's fun. It's fun to see new rules for new armies coming out. I'm on the train that they are like almost 100% scripted though.
They are, without a doubt.
Like that World Eaters army did not fail any charges the entire game.
That's amazing.
Engron made a 16-inch move across the field and made like an 8 or a 9-inch charge into a unit turn one. And I'm like,
what the hell?
And I'm but I also understand. I'm like, would that have been like thematic and fun and interesting content if he had failed that charge and just died?
Yes.
No, it wouldn't have been. So yeah, I kind of understand. Like, yeah, it's all scripted. So yeah, he made his charge. And what do you want to see? Do you want to see the World Eaters win, or do you want to see the Grey Knights win? Right?
Yeah.
I know you want to see the Grey Knights win, but
oh yeah, well I do. Yeah. Well, I know that. They've changed up some of their streaming crew because there used to be that one lady on there, really tiny Irish lady that used to play on there.
Yeah.
I don't see her no more, and I guess they're going for more of I thought she was sometimes entertaining, but
I thought she was.
I guess they're just switching up. She's an amazing painter, but I don't see her even painting for the stream anymore. So I wonder if she even works for them anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just, you guess you get a certain amount of use out of them, and then they move on. Let's see here. That's so funny. Yeah, I guess I'll have to watch it tomorrow or something between everything else.
It's a fun report, and they definitely showcase the new stuff for World Eaters, which I think was entirely the plan.
They want to
generate hype for World Eaters, showcase some of the new stuff, do some cool things. Yeah,
that sounds about right. Sounds about right. Okay, I think
it was like
there's only a couple of these witches wearing boots.
The World Eaters army took like a Chaos Land Raider and a Rhino, and then the Grey Knights army like answered the same. They also had a Chaos or not a Chaos. They also had a Land Raider and a Rhino, and it was like, okay, like would a Grey Knight army really take a Land Raider? Probably not.
I mean, they have their own Land Raider. If you didn't know, it's they have the Banisher. It comes with several flamethrowers and a side cannon, but it's not worth playing.
They
But
had
it's cool.
They had the Land Raider Crusader that has all the heavy bolters on it.
Well, I mean, they can use that, but what I mean is they have their own Grey Knights version as well. So, but it's a Forge World model.
Thanks, Calvin. You're right. That's why you should watch Improbable Wargaming. We're unscripted, 100%.
Yep, that's how we do that. Okay, gotta get this netting done. Mm-hmm. This gladiatorial netting. Yeah, I was looking. You know, it's what really stinks about this Arcs of Omen, unless there's something I'm missing. You can't bring Blood Brides. You can't because each one of the Cabals, the Witches, and the Homunculus groups, within the Drukhari, when they do patrols, right, they can bring a specialty unit like Blood Brides, say, for example. In Arcs of Omen, because you can only do a real space raid, you can't bring any of the specialty units from any of the groups unless you play a pure.
Did you see the FAQ today?
No, I missed it. Was there an FAQ?
Yeah, they did an FAQ today, and they fixed Drukhari kind of.
Oh, God. I better go look at it then.
Yep.
I wasn't paying attention today, so I guess that was my bad. Do you know much about it, or is that all you got for me?
What did they do? You can take a patrol detachment now, as well.
Oh, okay.
So you take the Arcs of Omen detachment, and then I think you can take a patrol detachment of another Drukhari.
Yeah. So
thing.
Yeah. So it only fixes a little bit, but
yeah,
it's still better than nothing because at least the Drukhari.
If you want to take like all three of the specialist thing, like detachment things, then you have to do a real space raid. Basically, is what they did. Yeah. But you can take two now.
Yeah. That's that's at least an improvement.
Yep.
It'll make some people a little bit happier. I'll get my Blood Brides back then. That'll be good. Okay, getting that little bad boy.
Hey, man. Steven mentioned he was painting Drukhari. What are you building, Travis? I am building a monolith. A Necron
yes, you
monolith. That's what I am building.
Yeah.
Super excited to get this thing made and built and painted and on the table.
Yeah. That's right. Let's go. Some of this
they didn't fix they still didn't fix like demon stuff, and they didn't fix supreme commanders. So
I think, to be honest, I think that was intentional though.
What, the demon stuff?
I think that they were nerfing demons indirectly, you know what I mean? Like, I think they were doing it on purpose.
I don't necessarily disagree with you. Yeah, I mean, I think they could look at it and be like, hey, we kind of just want people to run more monofaction god stuff. Or be undivided or whatever. It just kind of sucks that, like, the army itself does not have an awful lot of good stratagems in general.
Sure.
It also, like, the warp storm abilities are fickle and unreliable because you have to roll 8d6 and hope for 4-ups to be able to use them. And so to be like, yeah, for the most part, if you want to take the good stuff that's in demons, you have to be undivided, which means you don't get any of the monofaction warp storm abilities, and you don't get any of the monofaction stratagems. And
that falls in line with what GW's done to the Orcs, what they did to the Grey Knights. You know what I mean? They did this. They did this army wide. No one can bring two different kinds of faction. You can't bring. Well, because they did this to.
But Orcs and Grey Knights, your sub faction has one stratagem. per sub
Sure.
faction. The stratagems that are in the Demon Codex, each mono god has
Mhm.
has like 5 or 6 different stratagems.
Sure.
And
Well, you,
the stratagems for Chaos Undivided are not like they don't exist. I'm trying to
Sure.
remember.
Well, you know how they nerfed Abaddon too, right? Because Abaddon can only now be played in a Black Legions list, and with this Arch Omen detachment, he can no longer be with any of the other Chaos Space Marines. So he's been
Yeah.
he got the points increased by 50 points, and he can't run with anyone else now. So makes it rough.
What's really broken with Supreme Commanders though?
Yeah.
Rules as worded
Sure.
currently, I can't take the Silent King.
Yay!
Period. He's
I know.
He's illegal to bring.
I know. I'm happy. Yay!
I also can't take Guilliman.
Yay!
No. It's dumb.
Listen,
it's stupid. It's not.
Tell me more about the things you can't do, and I'll cheer for them. No, I hear you. I mean, I know you're not feeling sorry for my Harlequins either. So when I'm like, oh, I have a 5-up invulnerable save, you're like, yay! So
but you got back a whole bunch of other things.
Nah, I wish I got it back cheaper. You know what they should have done? If they were going to do anything, they should have gave us a 5-up invulnerable save and then gave us everything back, including the luck dice. Luck dice back the way they were. So then I'd be really happy.
Chaos Undivided Demons. No stratagems.
Yay.
0. No stratagems whatsoever.
It's hot.
What's the point of CP?
You know what's going to happen? They're going to fix it only if your win rate's down to like 30%. And then they'll be like, we'll fix it now that you're bitching.
It's already not good. The only thing that was helping our win rate were flamers and souping in Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah, and I'm going to see a lot of that in LVO because it's the last hurrah of that. That is for sure. Dude, there's so many Chaos Space Marine players coming to LVO. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hundreds of them. Everyone else is like 20, 30 players. And then you go over to Chaos and it's like, whoosh, so many.
A lot.
Everyone's bringing flamers. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, they're good.
Bastards. Yeah.
That's competitive 40K for you. Spam what's good.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, I have a chance to win. I'm playing this. I don't blame them. This is such an interesting character. I don't know if you can see her on the screen yet, but not so much a character, but she's a points increase, and she comes with this special glaive and little netting. It makes it where when we roll off, it's +2 to my roll against yours for you to fall back and charge. If I beat you, you don't get to fall back, beat or tie. And then what's neat about it is it's got an AP 2 damage little lance that comes with it. So she's worthwhile. Too bad you can only have her if you have 10 models in the squad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I gotta have a few of them. Let's see here. Okay, you gotta fix all this blue here, and then I'll be working it. Dude, my Crag blue, outside of the obvious use for them, I do like the color. It's probably my favorite blue.
It's a good blue.
I got my hands on the airbrush version of it, so I'm really liking it. Okay, that one's done.
I'm not a big fan of the ultramarine blue contrast paint.
Have you tried it yet? Because I know, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, it's super dark. It's really, really dark.
Oh no.
And very
weird.
opaque. It doesn't really feel like a contrast paint at all.
Huh. That reminds me, I was watching some other paint companies comparing their contrast to GW ones. And of course, they're using the ones that, like you said, aren't really contrast paints, not in the truest sense. And so I thought that was funny, at least.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's
What are
always
you
been
gonna
my
do?
biggest
There we
gripe
go.
with GW contrast paints is it's not consistent from paint to paint. They
Yeah.
behave differently. You have to thin certain ones. You have to not thin others.
Oh yeah. No, I'm with you. I mean, I guess that's the nice thing is if you only paint with GW paints, then you're used to them. If you're running between several lines, you might get a little more like frustrated.
Yeah.
I picked up this new contrast that I plan on trying at some point here, which is the Bad Moon Yellow contrast. I love how bright it is in the bottle, so I want to try it out on a model and see
It's really
how
good.
good it looks.
I like it a lot. I use it for I actually use it for edge highlighting red.
Oh,
So I'll paint.
interesting.
Like when I paint something red, I'll take that and then I'll put it on my brush and then I'll like wick most of it away on a paper towel, and then I'll use that
Yeah.
to edge highlight anything that's red or orange. Because
Okay.
it just pops that it just adds a yellow to it instead of like a white or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because when you add a white to a red
Say
or an orange, you drop your saturation down, and you end up with a pink instead of a brighter red, right?
I got you. Yeah.
So if you want to brighten up red to do an edge highlight, you should add yellow instead of white.
Yeah, I mean that does make sense. I agree with that. It's not a bad choice. I know I've seen some where they do like the really high level painters. They'll do like an orange highlight, like a line, and then they'll do a yellow over that, or lighter color of the orange. Just interesting.
Yep.
I've been getting some progress done. I've started experimenting with my my gate, my Eldar, little gates here.
Oh yeah.
Got a lot more work to do on it, but I'm trying to. My plan with it is to at least make it look like it's made of stone within, metal, for the components that make it function, if you will, and then of course have the gems done. Be my first real attempt at making the gems look good. So I'm trying to take my time with it though, because it's even though it's a functional piece of terrain, I feel like it's more of a display piece. You know what I mean? So it's going to be one I take a little more time with.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big old thing. Kind of like the monolith, right? I mean, that monolith, it has a function, but it really is there to look like a beautiful giant thing. You don't want it to be all looking like crap when it's that big of a model.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I've got to do leather. Let me grab my snake bite. Dude, I don't know. Like snake bite is like my favorite contrast. That and I don't know if you ever tried the Wildwood one.
I haven't tried that one.
I like using them together because the Wildwood one is really dark. So then you can what I'll do with backpacks or stuff is I'll do either the under part of the leather be dark, and then the part where you flip open on it will be the snake bite, so it has that slight difference. I don't know, I like it. Just makes it look pretty to me. I probably should, before I do that, probably do some hair. There's one witch I kind of almost forgot to paint, so I'm trying to catch her up to everybody else. Let's see here. Get your fiery red hair done.
Yeah, snakebite leather apparently used to be a regular paint. Like they had a brown that was called snakebite leather that was really good, and people really liked it. And GW phased it out.
Oh boy!
And then they brought it back as a contrast paint.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better contrasts. I'm a big fan of it.
I like it a lot
since I'm using a bit of everything. Yeah. And dude, I don't know, up until the longest time, the Blood Angels Red was another one of my favorites, and still is one of my go-tos. But I've been really enjoying this freaking Ball Red. It just
It's good.
Looks real good.
It's really good. It's nice to have a single pigment red like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, and when you're a guy who uses the suck cut method, and you,
The suck cut.
I'm never gonna say anything else but that now. I mean, it's like, thank you, Ninjon.
Yeah.
Dude, somebody was like, oh, it's so funny on Facebook. Somebody was like, oh, I really hate this, slap chop method. I was like, oh, you should just go over to the suck cut method.
The suck cut method.
You know? Yeah, he didn't get it, but I loved it. I was happy to say it. So, let's see. Long after some like that video's been like taken off the internet or something, I'll still be saying it.
Tips on making vehicle headlights look real and translucent. If you can figure it out, you can tell me.
Don't ask me to paint it.
I
have a buddy. So if you look up, like I have a guy here, is Poser Painter on Instagram. He's I met him in Kansas. The man paints vehicles at a level that I'm so jealous of him. Like when it comes, like his vehicles are amazing. I mean, he's a good painter in general, but when you see what he does with that, it's like, holy cow. And he's way too nice and tells me I paint well too, but when you compare our models, it's not the same.
Yeah.
But he's I'm trying to look him up here real quick because he was talking to me just the other day because he was excited that I was getting my Dracari done. So he sent me a bunch of pictures of the Dracari models he has, of course, to make me just be jealous, I think. Poser, I'm trying to find him real quick. There he is. The funny thing is, apparently he on Poser painting, like so. I mean, he's right here. Too bad you can't see it, but he actually switched his photo. So you know how like we have Improbable Wargaming for our Instagram. For his Instagram, he replaced the photo, and it's him and I standing together in Kansas. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, but I'm telling you, you go look at the headlights he painted, and they look so good. He's got the lighting effect that's hitting the front of the vehicle, coming from the light. Yeah. He's just such a good painter. So is Travis here, but
vehicle headlights is something I've never been satisfied with. From what I've done.
Yeah.
But I tend to just be rather quick with it and just like, okay, yeah, it's there. There's the effect. Fine, move on.
You're like, good enough.
Yeah, honestly, when it comes to those things, I just don't. I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on it.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. There's certain things that you just don't want to be bothered with, especially when the thing is when you look at a lot of these guys on Instagram and stuff that are showing off their painting. They're painting one model. They spend the week painting it, and it looks gorgeous, like it should. We're sitting here painting armies for our battle report. For the most part,
it's just like vehicle headlights are not something that sparks joy with me.
Yeah, I hear that.
If I sat down and spent an hour working on a vehicle headlight to make it look really good, I'm not at the end of that hour. I'm not going to be like, man, I'm really glad I worked really hard on these vehicle headlights. I
hear that.
I'd
for sure.
rather spend that time working on something that I care more about.
Yeah. That's crazy. Well, I get she's not the lady that's supposed to do your interview. That reminds me.
Yeah.
For coming up, I get the impression that what she intended was that she mostly discusses like painting, and so she kind of passed our interview, if you will, off to the interview we had on Monday.
Oh, okay.
And I think she's not going to plan on interviewing you, even though the plan was for her to talk to you about some models you're working on. So I'm confused, but that seems to be the deal. Just so you know.
Okay, well, whatever.
No, I know. It's better that way. You're not worrying about it, at least, or wondering about it.
I won't sweat it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Doo-doo-doo. Let's see. There we go. Well, I know that I think for the when we do the next interview in the that's planned for the summer, I'll have you and you and Calvin there because I know he wants to meet the rest of the crew too. So
Sure.
Get you guys all up and see how everyone's doing. Now, are you planning on going to Kansas like with this summer event, or what are you thinking? Or are you gonna stick to the Iowa?
When is the Iowa? Do we know?
It's I believe it's every September or something, right? Isn't that right? Am I right? Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Because they know it's coming. Let me ask real quick, because I know people that know.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure Kyle can tell us. Yeah, because if Kansas isn't too close to that, then maybe. It's also a team event, so we have to have 5 people to go down.
Yeah, we have to figure out what that all entails, right? Because we don't really know.
Calvin says second weekend in August.
Okay, so it's August, and then so you got August, and then you got June. That's what we're looking at. Yeah, I mean, we should definitely investigate what the team component of that is, because I'm really curious. It would be fun if we were playing like we bring a certain amount of points each and we're brawling, but
that's not what it is.
I don't know.
I'm.
That's not what it is. What is it?
No, I'm almost entirely certain that's not what it is. It's essentially akin to the ATC or WTC, ETC events, where basically it's the same thing as like what we did last year, where we went down with 5 people and we were all registered as Improbable Wargaming, right?
Okay, yeah.
And then we play the tournament, and then but the tournament is basically based on what team does the best.
Okay,
so it's not you might have one really good person on your team and say they win the event. That's fine. If the rest of your team doesn't do super well, your team doesn't. Your team's not winning, right?
Yeah, it's going to be the overall average. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. That's what
makes it interesting for recruiting wise.
But it's a 5-person team.
Yeah.
So we'd have to have 5 people going down again.
Yeah, understood. Yeah. That reminds me. Da, 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 da. Okay, looks like John. Okay, so August 12th and 13th is going to be the Iowa. That one I plan on going to for sure.
Yeah, I want to go to that. So if it comes down to going back to Kansas for the GW event and going to Iowa, I'd rather go to Iowa.
Sure.
Because we went to the GW thing last year. And...
Sure. No, I want to go to Iowa. Well, I mean, I'm going to go to both, but that's just how it's going. Now that I know the date, actually, I can grab my calendar and check. Where can I put my calendar? Oh, it's over there. I'm going to grab my calendar to see if I have to take vacation for that. I'm only going to take vacation, for the big events. So.
Yeah.
Or worthwhile ones. So I wanted to go to the Flying Monkeys one that's down in Kansas, but
that would be
not Kansas, well, Missouri.
Yeah.
But sadly, it's on a weekend I'm working, so I'm like. But yeah, the Kansas GT, I'm off that weekend, so that's why I want to go to that one, and then go from there. But let's see, go to August. Oh, of course, yeah, the flying. That one's going to be the Iowa's on the weekend I'm working, of course.
Well, you got some time to finagle it.
Oh yeah, I'm going to have enough for it. I mean, it's just a 2-day event, right? So I don't have to overly think about it.
And it's just in Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, exactly. So that one I could just take vacation for. And then when is because the Flying Monkeys actually is on the 23rd and 24th of September. Do we know when the Bug Eater's coming? I know they announced it. I didn't look though.
I don't know.
Let's see. I can check on it. That's where fun begins. Upcoming to past event, Bug Eater. That's 10/28. So that's October.
Oh, that's later in the year. Okay, October.
Yeah, yeah. I'm off that weekend, so I can go to Bug Eater. So that'll be good. Bug Eater.
Is that Halloween weekend again?
Yeah. It's that. Well, no. I looked on the wrong date. My bad. Bug Eater is 6/4. So no.
Oh, that's in June.
Go backwards. Yeah, June's gonna be pretty busy already.
The first weekend in June. Yeah, so that would be. You'd either go to Bug Eater or you'd go to Kansas.
Oh yeah, I remember now. There was actually an email from Bug Eater. They're actually going to move the weekend, and they wanted an idea from people of what would be a better weekend. And so I should probably tell them, how about this weekend when I don't work?
Yeah, might as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because otherwise, I know that for at least Bug Eater, I'd be going by myself. But since if you went to Kansas, there's no way your wife's going to be like, yeah, go to Bug Eater too, have fun.
No.
I can't blame her. Not at all. But yeah, we'll see what Bug Eater moves their stuff to. Yeah, they put out an email. They're like, we're afraid that you guys would rather go to a GW event than an ours. It's like, yeah, that's possible.
with how competitive the Bug Eater was, yeah, I would see it. I could absolutely see it.
And there was a pretty good level of competition, I felt, at even Kansas when we went there, right? For GW, I mean,
a super
there's
high
a
level
lot of big names there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah,
I mean, hell, Manning from friggin' England showed up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that like I feel like the competitive players that would go to Bug Eater would totally go to Kansas.
Exactly. They're like, see ya.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm with
Which
you there.
might make Bug Eater more fun.
Yeah, exactly right. Either way. Well, dude, I'm just glad that with my time management, this RTT was, I don't know how much time we had because I just played and time was never an issue. So, I don't know. Calvin, how much time do we have between games? I really didn't track it. We've gotten so used to playing with you guys and we're always playing a competitive level where we're playing quickly. Time was never a concern. If you will.
I mean, I think that's the reality is once you, and especially you had plenty of reps with your army. Like you knew exactly what you needed to do, and
yeah, I mean, I know my Harlequins, and to be honest with you, after a lot of thinking, not if you will, searching my heart, I think that half an hour maybe. What you mean an hour and a half? I don't know. Either way, after searching my heart, if you will, I think I'm going to continue playing my Harlequins into the new meta. I think that what happened was, it sucks that they've changed, but then when I look at them and then I compare them to Jakari, right? And I love playing Jakari as well. Jakari they have at best a 5-up invulnerable save, right? And I win with them. So why wouldn't I be able to win with my Harlequins who just have that same thing, but all game long and not just at a certain time?
And when you play light, you got all your cool dumb tricks back again. Where
I love those dumb tricks. Don't be jealous.
Away from everybody again. You still get your hit transhuman. You still get -1 to hit. You still get all these other things that now suddenly a 5-up invuln isn't that bad.
I tell you what though, if they would have given us back all of our luck dice, I wouldn't even be a question. Was I playing them? It'd be like, yes, I'm still playing them. Are you kidding me?
Well, they would 100% be back to their 70, 90, 100% win rate at that point.
Nah, they wouldn't be that bad. They would be.
Yes,
I'd say they would be I'd say they'd be at 50 to 55. Because at least now you can still kill us.
The game has not changed that much.
Yeah.
Since the Harlequin Codex came out.
Yeah.
If they reverted all of their changes for Harlequins, they would be back
Okay.
to the exact same win rate,
Even with the 5-up involved. So.
even with the 5-up invulns.
I think it was. I think that honestly it would slip a little bit, but I agree they would still be very competitive.
I think
Very.
they would be back. I think they would be back to upper 70s, 80% win rate easily.
That'd be fun to see. Let's do it, GW. Come on. There's some of us that would be happy about that. That's too funny. Now, I did not enjoy playing them when they were at their 70 to 100% weight, because it just felt like you could do nothing wrong with the Army and you won, and it felt bad. I did not enjoy winning with no effort. It was like, this seems kind of bad.
Yeah.
I can understand why people were mad when that was going on, because it's just not fair and it's not fun to play against when I can feel that much of an Army.
I'm gonna have to take my calming medicine before playing against them again, because.
Oh no, you're gonna. Yeah, I remember our normal 3-hour game that turned into like a 5-hour game because you were so mad. Like, what do you mean that I wasted coming out of D-Strike and all that? Yeah, I hear you. But, it will be. There might be some sweet pleasure in making you mad at me.
Oh,
yes.
That was a very frustrating game.
Oh, I know. I mean, yeah. Like I said, it felt. That's why I closeted them for a while, because after playing, I think 3 or 4 games with them, and I didn't lose a single one, and people were just angry.
It just wasn't fun.
Yeah. Well. And back then they were broken.
Oh yeah. Now, even though they're really good, at least until LVO, they're not broken, but who knows? At least I don't think they're broken, but that's just because I've lost plenty of games with them as well. So
yeah,
I guess there's some people out there that are just so good, nothing matters what they play, but I'm not one of those.
You take your earbuds out?
Yeah, my earbuds died. They've been sitting there for so long. They ran out of batteries, but we're almost done with the stream anyway, so it's no big deal.
That's true.
I'll have them charged for next time. Actually, that was something I should have thought of. My bad. Thanks, Calvin. Let's see here.
Well, hopefully we won't need it for a while.
Well, true. That's a good point. But I mean, it'll be good for when we're doing the Meta Mondays, though, because honestly, that would help with sound and all that, anyways. So it's not too bad. While I sit here and paint all these freaking handles and stuff with that.
Trying to get these death rays made. Once I finish with these death rays, I'll probably be ending the stream.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Get myself to a stopping point.
So, yeah, it seems like a good stopping point. I'm just I'm working this weekend, so I should be able to finish a lot of. I don't know why. I don't want to jinx myself, but work has been at a lovely pace right now, and I've been able to get a lot of hobbying done while I'm doing it. So I hope that it continues to be that way, at least for a little while longer. While I have lots of things to do. But yeah, I think, to go back on the subject though, the people who are playing Harlequins who play nothing else, they don't have any way to compare, how good the Harlequins still are. So I guess I can get why they're just upset their Army keeps getting touched, right? So even though, sure, I guess I will admit they probably need a little tone down, even though I don't play them at the level that.
Because the stats still put them at the top of the meta?
Well, I mean,
that's why they keep getting touched. Play worse and you won't get touched.
Exactly, but what are you going to do? I mean, the more I play them, the better I play them. So I guess, I can see the point. The more you get in tune with your Army, start punching them higher. I know that when I was at the RTT, I was definitely getting some dirty looks from my Harlequin smashing. But I was also playing very competitively, so I decided not to just like my initial thing was, you know what, I don't care. I'm just gonna lose every game. I don't care. That's my plan. And then I don't know why. As soon as I got in that first table, I was like, okay, you're dead. I don't know. Just my mindset switched. I'm not giving this up. It's like I'm coming for you.
Well, I mean, you took a competitive list. Like, what are you gonna do?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I can throw. You could take a competitive list and still lose all your games.
Yeah, but
especially if you're doing it on purpose.
Throwing at that point, which isn't any fun either.
Yeah. Well, I'd just be helping the Harlequins at that point and be like, let's get your win rate down. But
I don't think they look at RTTs.
I don't know if they do or don't, honestly, but I don't think RTTs are probably a good comparison of. I hope they don't, because they can throw the stats off really high too. Because they put me at like a 67% win rate after that event, or just at that event, and I'm like, please don't count that towards our numbers. You know what I mean? I'm like I only played 3 games. It's like that shouldn't count. But who knows? Let's see here. There we go. I'm just glad that they tolerated me at the event, because I was so inappropriate.
When I got there, you seemed a little down.
Well, I was winning at that point. I don't know why.
You seemed to pep up a little bit before I left, but I don't know.
What? I did what now?
Pep up a little bit.
Oh, I don't know. I think. Oh, I know why now. Because you caught me at the beginning of a game, and I'm always, me, I'm always very pessimistic at the beginning. Before much has happened, I'm already like, oh, I don't know. And it's, Death Guard always have me concerned. You know what I mean? Was just. So I just kind of was like, Death Guard, yay, another. I hate this army. So, but by the time you were leaving, it was clear that I was winning, and so I think that's probably why. It helps when someone plays Death Guard in a way that benefits me, if you will, making big mistakes that I can actually benefit from and take advantage of.
Well, and you have an uncommon arc.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of the only Harlequin player there, that's for sure. There was like 4 elf armies, 2 Death Guards, a couple Space Marines. I saw Ultramarines were there. Salamanders were there. There was a couple Orc players. Yeah, and God, so many Custodies. Who would have guessed? How many Custodies just coming out of the woodwork? It's funny. I think I'll fix that painting. But yeah, no, I mean, more often than not, you meet people and they're like, I've never played Harlequins before. And usually when I hear that, I'm probably in a really good spot, because they don't know what I'm going to do or what I'm capable of. Or like that Death Guard guy, he's like, oh, every time I play Harlequins, I lose. I'm like, well, that's a good place to start, at least.
Yeah.
But that also meant he was familiar with the shenanigans, Especially when I was like, oh, okay, my Troop Master kills your Psyker, and I'll pay 1 CP to get back in my boat. And he's like, yeah, I kind of expected that.
You messed up, son.
Yep. Oh, man, let's see here. But, yeah, it's all good. Man, these guys are coming along pretty well. I'm feeling it right now. See. One more day, a couple more hours worth of work, and these witches will be done. That'd be nice. They're all wearing leather gloves for their trigger hand.
Are they fingerless gloves?
No, doesn't appear to be. But this small model.
Make them fingerless.
Oh, hell no. Why? You tell me why.
Because they're cool.
So no one can see the fingers unless they get real close. too
got
fun.
my Doom cannons, death rays.
Nice. Death rays.
Yep, definitely more work to do, but I've got the core and half of the side of one of the cores. finished.
I'm kind of surprised. I almost felt like you'd finish that in 2 hours, but that's a lot more work than it appears to be. Then, huh?
I mean, it's definitely a project. I feel like here it's pretty simple. It's a lot of big pieces.
Gotcha.
So it's like this big panel here and a couple of other big panels.
Interesting.
I don't think it'll take too long to finish it out.
Yeah, it'll be fun to have though your collection because it is a pretty impressive model.
I think there's some competitive play to it.
Yeah, well, there's one way to find out.
I think there is.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised.
Well, we're at 2 hours here.
Yes, we are.
For those of you who are still watching the stream, still here, thank you very much. For those of you who are watching afterwards on YouTube, thank you very much as well. Give us a subscribe and a like. Leave a comment if you hated the audio of me being able to be heard twice through streaming.
Sorry about that.
Comment. Let us know. Yeah, do this. Do the subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Join our Discord. Come hang out with us. We will be live on Friday. Sisters versus Grey Knights.
Battle of a lifetime.
Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. Have a good night.
Night night.
Be good to each other.
Never.
Bye guys.
See ya.